Sunny Hostin exposes The View as being the less paid host. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I really appreciate if you subscribe and you click the bell button, you like, you share, you comment. You follow me on my Twitter page, Jordan Show. As you guys all know, I am selling masks. For each mask that you buy, Teespring is going to donate $1 for children in need who have no food on the table. So we really appreciate if you buy the masks. They come in 3 different designs. Make sure when you purchase them that you actually wash it on cold, on line dry. Do not bleach them. It's a good mask. According to the CDC and the WHO, they're basically saying that if you are looking for a mask to purchase, that's basically protecting towards this whole COVID situation, go on their site. Teespring just simply said that as a disclaimer. So I want you guys to watch this clip, and I'm gonna come back with some more.
Paid host on the panel. I heard that, even though I had the most experience, legal experience, and that I was a legal correspondent. I had 2 jobs at the network.
We love you at The View. You're killing it every day. But the reality is that there's always politics that come with being in the workplace. And even with this book, there were certain parts that ABC wanted to censor. They wanted to remove certain chapters. And then, of course, that coalesced with this news that finally came out that there were incidents of discrimination, that there was a senior, executive who spoke poorly about Black talent, including yourself. Can you talk about how you channeled courage in that space and advocated for yourself as they were trying to silence you? Because this is unique for someone who you're still working there. Yes. Time you're like, I gotta pay these bills. Truth. Yeah. That.
I know. I will tell you that that was that recent experience happened in this summer. Was the time when I feel like I really found my voice. It was the first time that I authentically stuck up for myself. Again, it's something that comes very hard for me, surprisingly. If I need to stick up for my kids, I'm a mama bear. If I need to stick up for anyone else, I can do it ferociously. But I had suspected for quite some time that I was being treated disparately. I knew I was the only host in show history that had not been publicly announced as a show host. I knew that. I knew that I was the only host that was given a 3rd floor dressing room, and everyone else had a dressing room on the 2nd floor. I had heard that I was the least paid host on the panel. I'd heard that, even though I had the most experience, legal experience, and that I was a legal correspondent. I had 2 jobs at the network. I knew all of this was happening. I knew that, other hosts had gotten away with behavior that I would have never been able to get away with. I knew all of those things, but I kind of kept on putting it to the back of my head and thinking, if I show up and I work hard, it's a true meritocracy and I'll be rewarded for it.
Right.
And I shouldn't say anything. And when the reporter called me, and as you know, Natasha, no journalist wants to be the story. Once I was confronted with the truth, that I had been discriminated against, that all those little indignities that I had experienced were true indignities and not fictions of my imagination, then I needed to stand up not only for myself, but what made it more comfortable for me was that I needed to take a stand to make the road a little bit easier for the people that were going to come behind me. And it felt freeing. I knew it was risky. I didn't care at that point. And what was even more miraculous was that the response that I got. I thought that the response was going to be, thank you very much. Your services are no longer necessary here. But in fact, I got a call from the president of Walt Disney Studios. And it was, I've read your book and I apologize. We're going to recalibrate your position and our relationship with you. We want to be in business with you. And we want you to be a thought leader here. And we're sorry, and we're going to make it better. And we need you to show us how to do that. Similar calls from leaders in the company. And I was kind of shocked, but it was really powerful, right? That maybe now in our country, it's appropriate and valid and okay to say, I'm not being treated appropriately. This is my truth. This is my story. And let the chips fall where they may. And I'm happy that I did it now in retrospect, because I think other women will do that. And that's the truth. The truth is that we all hold the power to be the difference. That is the truth of it.
So watch me in this whole commentary, and I hope you enjoy. As the story keeps coming out, I'm going to keep talking about it. Yashar Ali is basically the person who broke the story. He's a Huffington Post contributor. He's a reporter, and he told Sunny Hostin that it's actually true. The senior executive, Barbara Fedida, did call you low rent. And this is a person who basically determines someone's raise if they get promoted to a job. And I think it's highly offensive and highly disrespectful and crazy in the saying that this woman has been at ABC for several years, and this isn't even their first occasion where this took place. This happened to someone else years ago. But I guess seemingly as Sunny Hostin has her book out, and seemingly as, Sunny Hostin is important for ABC, and Barbara Fedida effed with the wrong woman this time, got her fired after the winter investigation. And I think it is highly offensive that Sunny Hostin did not get an introduction on The View, but yet you have a nepotism Barbie whose only claim to fame is through her father, Meghan McCain, and she sits on The View. She's making more money than Sunny Hostin. Meghan McCain is making $1 million a year. Sunny Hostin is making less than that. You guys heard it in the video. Sunny Hostin is being paid less than Meghan McCain. Well, she didn't say Meghan McCain, but she's the least paid host. That's lesser than Meghan McCain. And Sunny Hostin has multiple degrees. Meghan McCain has an art history degree, and her only claim to fame is to her father. Yes, she was a blogger at Daily Beast. Yes, she worked at MSNBC. Yes, she was on the 5 at the Fox News. But at the same time, her only claim to fame and her only reason for going up the ladder is because of her father. You can't climb up the ladder that quick with an art history degree, baby. I'm sorry, you can't. Because I'm doing the same thing that Meghan McCain does, but my claim to fame isn't through my father or my mother. My claim to fame is going to be through hard work. And the fact that Sunny Hostin did not get the introduction on The View, but yet she has 2 jobs on ABC is highly offensive. The fact that Sunny Hostin's styling room is on the 3rd floor, Meghan McCain's styling room is extensively below that, is highly offensive. The fact that Sunny Hostin has to be called low rent by Barbara Fedida, the person who even went to Latina's wedding in Navarro, is highly offensive. And this is why I don't F with coworkers on the most part, because it's just, not to sound like a Debbie Downer, but I mean, it's crazy that you are in a picture with the same person that is going to determine your pay, but have this disease in their mind, that racial disease in their mind. So you're going to end up being paid less than your counterparts who shouldn't even be paid more than you, aka Meghan McCain, because of the color of your skin rather than experience and the ratings that you bring to the show. So I think it's highly offensive on ABC to do that. I also think it's highly offensive for ABC to cover Black Lives Matter stories, but yet they want to censor Sunny's hosting stories about talking about Barbara Juggernaut in her book, saying that she's low rent. But the fact that ABC censored this actually is going to make this sporadically increased in terms of the exposition of it all. It's because I'm talking about it, everybody else is talking about it, and everybody know about it. So it's crazy. And not only did she attack Sunny Hostin, she also attacked Robin Roberts, who's one of the most beloved journalists in the world. Her sister, actually, Talon Roberts, is from New Orleans, Louisiana. And she works in New Orleans, Louisiana. She's a legendary journalist. She just retired not too long ago. And I highly respect them both as journalists. And the fact that ABC, had someone, Barbara Fedida, offensively, racially call these 2 beautiful Black women is really crazy. It's insane, and ABC needs to get it together, because this is not the first time that Barbara Fedida did something like this. And I think Sunny Hostin needs to be treated better, because it's crazy. You know, you have someone with an arts history degree whose only claim to fame is through her father, John McCain. You can't go from art history degree to The View in less than a few years. You just can't. That's basically saying me, you know, someone who went to college, who's doing YouTube, and all of a sudden in a few years gets a job on primetime television, you know, because of, you know, not because of my experience and because of my hard work, just because of my claim to fame, okay? Meg McCain does nothing different than I do. Our mediums are just different. I'm on YouTube and she's on television. But, you know, it's just crazy that she gets paid more than Sunny Hostin. Meg McCain gets paid about $1 million a year. Sunny Hostin gets paid less than that. Sunny Hostin has 2 degrees. 2 degrees, a prosecutor, a former federal prosecutor with 2 degrees. Meg McCain, art history degree. Only claim to fame is to her father, getting paid what she's getting paid because her father is John McCain. Point blank in a period. I think it's crazy. I think ABC needs to reevaluate everything, reevaluate the whole policy HR book, throw it in the trash, and start from day one. Have Sunny Hostin, have Robin Roberts, have every black person in the room co-figuring a new plan, a new analysis plan with that HR book, so the next person that comes in, which is me, can be equally treated as someone like a Meghan McCain, whose nepotism to fame is through her father, okay? Point blank in the period. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe and you click the bell button so you will be the first to know when I upload. This is my first time saying this on camera. Deuces, yay!